Welcome and welcome to the Arsenal President. How are we doing this beautiful Sunday morning? I hope you guys are doing fine. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Tomorrow is going to be Monday. Back to the activities of the week. So, what are we discussing this this Sunday morning? I'm going to be discussing Gabriel Martinelli. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of discussing Gabriel Martinelli, let's do the needful. Let's strike the like button. Very, very important. Subscribe to the channel if you have subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe, and make sure your notification bells are turned on. Now, objectively, this past season, Martinelli did not have the best of season. Objectively, I'm a Martinelli fan. I love the player, no homo. Love the player very, very well. I like the way he dribbles, his directness, his pace, the intensity he gives us on that left wing, forward, offensively, and defensively. He does his due diligence and his job. But unfortunately, this past season, by his own standard, he had a very, I'll say average season by his own standard. I was blighted with that toe injury and that hamstring injury he had against Everton, and we're competing for the league. So we couldn't be afford to be switching every time and giving fitness minutes to players. So Trossard actually had a large amount of playing time and staying on that wing, and Martinelli did not have the best of season, goal wise, performance wise, and it was a bit inconsistent. And I agree to that. That Martinelli did not have the best of season, was inconsistent, and a few injuries. But this Clarion call of, let's replace him. Now, I think fans need to chill out. Replace him with who? Now, I'm not against replacing him. If you can find a better player that is affordable, that is willing to come and join us, I am not against that. Because some of you think I'm value biased with Martinelli, so I don't want him replaced. No, if we can find a better player at that position that is willing to come, that the club can afford, please, let's do it. But the fact remains that there are not too many players that can replace Martinelli. That's just the truth. Now, I do not, for 1 minute, forget the fact that he had a below average season. Objectively, I'm a Martinelli fan. He didn't have a great best of season. But this can happen to any and happen to most players. Even the greatest players have off seasons. But for us to start pushing, well, let's replace him. Now, the name that's been bandied around was Leao. Rafael Leao from AC Milan. Are we having a laugh? Rafael Leao, in my personal opinion, objectively, he is not even as good as Martinelli. Don't let a few compilation videos on YouTube or highlight reels you've seen mislead your judgment. One more time, do not let compilation videos on YouTube or a few reels mislead your judgment. Go and watch Leao intentionally. He is not as good as Martinelli. Some of you will just watch a few compilation videos, a few reels, and make your judgment. No. He is not as good as Martinelli. I'm not saying Leao is a horrible player. Don't misconstrue my point. Don't misquote me. He is not as good as Martinelli. Don't. Nah, he is not. The Italian league is not as quick as the Premier League. The Italian doesn't share the competition level of the English Premiership. The Italian league does not have the same rhythm, the same athleticism as the Premier League. So do not let a few highlight reels mislead your judgment. I say acknowledge the fact that Martinelli didn't have the best of season, but come on, let's not go backwards. Are we supposed to move forward or retrogress? We're supposed to progress forward. So I am not buying that nonsense. Now, so much people are just saying, apart from we cannot replace him with Leao, but why don't we test Real Madrid for Rodrigo? Rodrigo may or could be better than Martinelli because Rodrigo, objectively, a very, very good player, plays for Real Madrid. I've watched a few of his games. Very, very good player. Like I said, could be better than than Martinelli, which I don't think is better than Martinelli, but could be better. But based on this past season, you can easily say Rodrigo is a better player because Martinelli didn't have the best of season. But will Rodrigo leave Real Madrid for Arsenal? Not because Arsenal is a small club. Nope. Not because Arsenal are not ambitious enough. Because most South American players, Brazilian players, do not like to play in the Premier League. I didn't say all, I said most. You have to listen carefully and comprehend properly. Most South American players, Brazilian players, do not like, culturally do not like to play in the Premier League because of the weather, because of the culture. They prefer to play in Spain because of the weather, the food, the music is similar to the South American culture they have. So they prefer to play for the two biggest clubs in Spain, which are Barcelona and Real Madrid. As kids, The ambition of most South American players is to play for either Real Madrid or Barcelona. Now, I'm not saying some players don't play for clubs in England. We've seen for the last two years now, Chelsea have been buying a lot of young Brazilian players. And we know when it comes to buying young Brazilian players, money is a factor because of the social economic factor at that part of the world. But those established players, keyword again, most established players do not like to play in England, because when they come to England, they do not enjoy it as much as when they go to Spain, which is just, that's just objective fact. So saying that let's bring in Rodrigo to replace Martinelli, I'm not against it. As much as I love Martinelli, I love Arsenal more than Martinelli. I want Arsenal to win the biggest trophies. I want Arsenal to progress, but I still have my brain and logic to know what Arsenal can do objectively and things Arsenal might not be able to do, not because they don't have the finances, because sometimes it's not about the finances. We have been trying to convince Zubimendi to come to England, but he won't stay at Real Sociedad and stay in Spain. He knows objectively Arsenal is a bigger club than Real Sociedad. He knows he will get paid well, but he still wants to stay at Real Sociedad and stay in Spain. Sometimes I understand a lot of you project your personal feelings, your personal aspirations on other players. Money is fantastic, changing scenery is fantastic, but all players, all persons do not subscribe to that. So what am I saying? I'm saying as much as I would love us to replace Martinelli in coach, I don't think we should replace him. But if there's a better player in the market that Arsenal can afford, that is willing to come, let's do it. But how many of those players are there? I don't see plenty of them. There are not too many wingers that are better than Martinelli in terms of the pace, the trickery. Martinelli on his day is unplayable. We all know that. So the fact that he had a poor season last year, this past season, doesn't mean we should cast that kind of blanket verdict on his whole career. Come on, he's still a young player. Goal-wise, I admit, goal-wise, he didn't hit his own target that he set. Performance-wise, he didn't hit his own target that he set. Now, we are judging him by his own standard that he set, which is fair. But one bad season doesn't cast aspersions on his future endeavors. Let's chill down. This craving all the time to replace players because they've had a bad spell is crazy. Most players, even some great players, have bad spells. Doesn't mean they are finished. Martinelli is still young. He's still progressive. He had injuries. He had inconsistency. He had a poor season objectively, or I won't say poor, let's say an average season, but he's still a marquee player for the Arsenal team. He's still. I expect him to come back stronger this forthcoming season. He scored a goal yesterday against Mexico in the friendly before the Copa America. So I expect much more things from Martinelli. I'm not writing him off, but I understand some of you who want somebody better. But who is there that is better than Arsenal can objectively get? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Don't tell me Leao. I just explained to you, Leao is not that player. He is not even as good as Martinelli. Don't let a few compilation videos and highlight reels mislead your judgment. Go and watch him intentionally in the Italian league. He is not that player. Now, Rodrigo, yes, might be marginally better than Martinelli. Is he? Can we afford him? Will Real Madrid let him go? I don't think so. Will he even want to come to England? I don't think so. So let's chill. Martinelli is still that player. I have a lot of confidence and aspiration about Martinelli that he will still be that player that will win trophies with Arsenal and take us to the next level. Having a poor season the last time doesn't mean we should write him off. Because these days, fans are quick to write players off. Let's get a new shiny toy. We need to chill on that mentality. It's not sustainable. It's not applicable in real life. Even most of you make mistakes at your jobs. In real life, you do some things you shouldn't be doing. You have off days. You expect your employers to dismiss you because you had an off day? You don't expect that. So the same grace you're being shown in real life, sometimes show it to these players. Like, especially if you look at his antecedent. Martinelli has not been this poor, right? He has been progressive. But like I said, he had a pause. Let's correct that. I have an average season. And let's not forget, injuries contributed to it. So let's put things in perspective before we pass this blanket judgment on players. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you agree with me vehemently, let me know why you disagree with me vehemently about Martinelli in the comment section. You can disagree, it's an echo chamber, but give me the pointers of why you think we need to replace immediately Martinelli in that on that left wing, let me know in the comment section. So on your way out, be kind enough to strike the like button one more time. Subscribe yet, subscribe, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Let me repeat for one more time for those at the back who didn't hear me the first time. Please like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.